as we are indeed on to Crisis Vector. HonMonO the upper seed. Of course, he picks this map as map number 1. And he is our Mango Terran. And only in the bottom right is our Pumpkin Zerg. Always Pumpkin. Forever Pumpkin. And of course, I will get the Twitch prediction started here in just a moment. And you guys can bet minerals on your favorite homie. HonMonO, notorious for building like 30 stockades and mostly savants. We'll see if we can do the same thing here or not. I'm not entirely convinced it'll end up working wonders, but we will find out together. Quasith Pool coming for Kenoli. So that's a different style than we normally see Kenoli go for. Looks like a pool into Larvosk. Wonder what sort of thing he's planning on. And it's a double stockade for HonMonO. With the Droleth Scout from Kenoli, we are definitely going to see an early reaction to how many stockades are being made. This one is clearly... Oh, no, I thought it was going to be a scout, but it's going to be a very fast third stockade. So... what does Kenoli do in the face of such wanton aggression? Well, the pool will finish up, and a Cyprian is on the way. And I guess Kenoli's going to be in a bit of a world of pain regarding the heavy bio focus here. I didn't think about that one, Lucy, but that's a good move. Good food puns. Really, any puns. If you like the person who makes the pun, pun's pretty cool. If you don't like the person who makes the pun, fuck off and die. Pretty sure that's how that worked. Wasn't fuck off and die like a meme from like 2001 or something? I feel like I remember that as a kid. Anyway. The Harakans, the Cyprians, everything that Shambler didn't make for some of those games. And the Droleth is like, oh yeah, I was supposed to be back at home. Thanks for reminding me. Give me that little kick in the butt. Zeths and Quas. That's it. Only going to need a little bit more Quas for sure to defend the ramp. I do think that Harakans alone can power a lot of bio units up a ramp versus Zerg. All that for a drop of blood. Can you believe? Because I can. Still reeling from the fact that Shambler made it through after that start of that series. Anyway, HonMonO is going to be applying some pressure with the first couple of units. And the Burrow Trap, is it going to be good enough? At least a couple of Claws will find some kills on the Harakans, which is not something you see every day. Good focus fire onto the Cyprians. Oh, just barely enough there, but he's only got a couple more back at home. I think he's got enough to hold this. I think he's all right. There are some more units coming, but this is good damage to start chipping away at the Harakans. And oh no! I had a Starcraft 1 pathing moment. Oh, boo-boo. Huh? Eh? Oh? Oh. Ah! Ooh. We have Cyprians and Harakans moving their way back to the location of HonMonO's ministry, and Vornath is halfway complete as the expansion finally comes down for our Zerg player, and Avaleth may end up doing a little bit of a drop. I don't think that the Quas can break into this position, though. That feels a little ambitious. I'm happy to be proven wrong, but also I would be unhappy if they did manage to do it. Harakan's gonna enter Valhalla. But, I mean, the Cyprians are getting lots of value here, so even though every Harakan dies just about... Wow, 4 HP. Even though just about every Harakan dies, they clear all of the threats, and now they will start marching back. I wonder what HonMonO thinks about Ahmed. Does HonMonO think about Ahmed? He did say one time he was, like, dreaming about Cosmonarchy, so... it's already occurred to him. Have you guys ever dreamt about Cosmonarchy? Because I have, but I'm the dev, so that makes sense. 6 pairs of quads just popped. We got 4 more on the way, and another Larvosk for Kenoli. It could be a good drop target. Remember, HonMonO does sometimes like his drops. The Avaleth will fly in, hell-bent on a scout. Oh, no. Oh, dear. It's all going wrong. The Cyprian stack is getting too large. Back, ye devils! More Hurricanes where that came from. Yeah, these quads are getting nowhere. Calculator Lake starts up, but there's no hope for any sort of Lyrilisc, Calculisc, anything. Hatch is going to go down. The Avaleth was obviously didn't have anything in it, but that's I think that might be game right then and there. I don't think we're getting very far anywhere else. The burrow is cute, but is it going to matter? I think he's been outmaneuvered, outgunned, outblasted. Ooh. It is kind of satisfying when the Cyprians have their good shellacking, you know? He never unburrowed the one quaz behind. Maybe it would have helped. Ooh. Devastated. Dog in the chat saying he's never seen Grass win a series. Well, he had to win a series in the Gauntlet because he got to the qualifying sets multiple times. But I guess it wasn't a best of 5. I don't think he's won a best of 5 yet. You're probably right about that. He took Arbuz Budesh to 5 games. So that was kind of cool. All right, Kenoli, what can you do with 3 Lyriliscs? Show us the magic. Down goes the lake. That's all you get. You only get the 3. Well, you only get the 1. Oh, actually. Eh. I think that's it. I've said that a few times, I know. Zerg have it rough, boys and girls. From reverse sweep to just an absolute bloodbath on Crisis Vector, Kenoli and Grass Eater both kind of in the dumps right now. But listen, that's one game. It is a best of 5. I still think HonMonO should take this set, but I will say that there's some... I mean, listen, Kenoli's crafty. I don't want to just count him out because he hasn't been practicing that much. Getting right back into things for game number 2. Go ahead and get the prediction back up on running on Twitch. And we have, in the bottom left, HonMonO, the blue Terran, against Kenoli, the pumpkin Zerg in the top right. Frosted Forest, a map by BiddyB, is our map. Crisis Vector was by Jujic. I'm sure everybody knows that by now, but in case you don't. And I am looking forward to seeing where we go from here. Because as far as I'm concerned, HonMonO probably can't win every game like that. Kenoli will adapt based on the flow of the early game. Let's see what HonMonO wants to do. It looks like a fairly timed stockade, fairly average in that respect. Hydrathen has keyed in for Sir Kenoli. That's a big difference, actually, compared to the way that it was working before. The pool start, obviously not favoring him versus Bio. But Arbuz maintains that you can go pool into Bio. So, or at least pool into Terran, and if Bio is a common practice among Terrans, which I'm sure it is, something to think about. Don't mind me just opening up a match thread here so that we can organize the Shambler versus his new opponent. And we do have Kagrants on the way. Larvosk incoming for Kenoli. He's still going to be going on a macro adventure. This isn't going to be like the four-headed Hydra build that Hamster did in some weekend wages in the past. And it will be a double Cyprian start for HonMonO. He does like that. Droleth not quite able to be reacted in time there. Ooh. Devastated. You know what I want to see? I want to see... These matches were not played on ranked, so we did not get to see the stats or anything through Replay Kraken. I really want to see the average APM stats between HonMonO and Kenoli. It must be so funny. It must be hilarious. And I'm talking win or lose. Kenoli just does not click with the fastest of them. I feel like right about now with the Izira cores, but mostly being on their side of the map, Zerg isn't going to have a lot of map control. And HonMonO, he is the type that if you give him an inch, he's going to take as many miles as he can. And we'll see him. You know, it will depend on if Kenoli can actually drive him back right now. Something that I also noticed is that, yeah, HonMonO is the type to rally towards the enemy base and not back to his own base, which can cost him, but in the early game, it kind of makes sense, right? So we'll see if that works out in his favor or not. I'm pulling for both players, but I gotta say, I do like HonMonO. I think he's a cool guy. I like Kenoli too. Kenoli's been doing a lot of contributions lately, so shout out to him. Huracan's getting a humongous around there. So much armor rent. See you later. And what do we have behind this? Just a couple more Izira cores hatching. 4 Hydras got started. That would be enough to chip through some of the Huracans, let the Izira cores stay alive a little bit longer. But you need to kill the Huracans before they get their armor debuff on. You know what I mean? And that just ain't happening here. You can see Kenoli throwing caution to the wind, going right after those Cyprians. Reinforcements coming in as well. I don't think that the Izira cores did enough work. Yeah, especially with the Huracans full HP arriving. GG's got to be called. That's a second game for HonMonO. Was Chandelier right? Is this the OP race? The reverse sweep prediction from Shopkeeper Doug, yeah. Something like that. We're getting into our our third match. They've been really fast. Kenoli, Pumpkin Zerg in the bottom right of Acid Test. This is HonMonO's pick. Frosted Forest was Kenoli's. And of course, HonMonO in the top right. I'm going to say he is the Light Olive Terran. We'll go ahead and get another Twitch prediction up. Hey, what's going on, Count? Does feel like our Zerg homie has been struggling a little bit in this series. I think you just have to take it one game at a time a lot of the times. Like, I don't really think Kenoli worries too much about the psychological pressure. He seemed pretty blasé when he was facing, like, Hit 'em Up. And he's like, yeah, Hit 'em Up's pretty good, but I could still beat him. And, you know, so... Yeah, when he has his practice, he's pretty dangerous. He's just got crafty, odd, you know, off-meta solutions that perturb his opponents. Oh, by the way, HonMonO randomed his Game 5 pick. Normally, I don't think we're getting there, but it is going to be Punch Drunk if we do. Map 4 will be Padilla. That's picked by Kenoli. And I say will be, I mean... Do I give him one game in the series? I think if I saw 3-1 on the scoreboard afterwards, I'd be like, okay, that kind of makes sense, right? Like, I go to the Liquipedia page after I fill it out like a month from now. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. Kenoli takes a game off of HonMonO. That could compute in my head. Let's see it. Let's see it, Kenoli. Triple Stockade once again for HonMonO. This is similar to Crisis Vector. I actually didn't count the Stockades on Frosted Forest, but I'm pretty sure it's the same sort of situation. At least make an expansion. A lot of early Kagrant over here. And spreading towards the ramp is this third one. He's a ways off of affording another Larvosk, but is he actually going for something like that? There's a Quaz. No Vornath just yet. He can afford it at 75 Vespine. I guess what he could do is he could go for a lot of pool units and workers. He's going to turn that into a Circuit. I don't like that positioning for a Circuit, but what I was going to say he could do is he could try to go for a lot of, you know, pool units and then, you know, macro hatch it up or spend all of his gas on Larvosks or something. It's sort of like a It's dangerous and it's weak to drops, and so it can feel just a little bit awkward. But 4 quas will be the scout. 4 more coming in after that. And okay, Shroud coming. That's what he's going to spend his gas on. Yeah, I mean, if he goes for like a bunch of Lakes or something, I could see this working out because HonMonO doesn't typically add the add-on until after the Covenant. He doesn't usually go for Vestry until after Covenant, so... What kind of detection is he going to have? Does he know to make Starpad? A lot of Cyprians, a lot of Hurricanes. It's a much more uniform attack timing right now. See if HonMonO can make things happen. Before, shut down any hope that we have for, Kenoli to save some face. If we did get 2 reverse sweeps in one day, it would be kind of cool. Mostly just because one Terran would make it through, one Zerg would make it through. There's some balance there across 2 TVZs. I like the spread, and the 2 circuits are here to help deal with the Hurricanes. It doesn't quite look like HonMonO's ready to attack into that just yet, but we'll see about taking the attack, taking the opportunity. Armor End tagged onto the circuit. That's very good. Kenoli's making some Zoryus. I don't know. Ooh, that's no good. Is that over? Is it over just like that? I mean, no expansion for HonMonO. Yeah, damn. Okay, well, he's got the Zori. No, there's no way. The Hurricanes are still alive, right? I guess if he over... Okay, he actually kept one Zorius untagged by the fire. I was about ready to call it right then and there. No economic damage was actually dealt. Can the composition handle the Zorius inclusion? I guess so. It has, a lot of Hurricanes for the armor end. I will not lose faith, says Shopkeeper Dog. All right. I'd say when the drop comes in, you're owned, but there is no star pad. HonMonO just vibing out, making stuff off a 3 stockade. This is starting to feel a little bit like that Shambler game on Crisis Vector, except the Zerg edition. But he's got time to make the workers, and if he's not punished for it, then it won't matter much. Back against the wall, facing elimination, as this is a single elimination tournament. HonMonO is, well, Kenoli is the one who's back against the wall. HonMonO already enjoying series point and aiming to go for the quarterfinals. He'd be going up against Newt. Don't we want to avoid the mirror matchups? I actually love the mirror matchups. I don't have any shade towards TVT. It's so funky to me. It's I saw that one game between Dog and Kutyam yesterday before closing down the stream. What a wild game that was. Five Stockade is going to be our build from HonMonO. Off of 2 bases. I'm sure he's going to have more Stockade than that. I heard Rokor is dying, but I will not look. They died right here. Droleth's moving over. Slowly saturate up the base. Listen, when the game is quiet like this, Kenoli's actually pretty scary. Shopkeeper, what do you think of a mirror match only tournament? Would you still play Terran if you signed up for the mirror match only tournament? I guess the question is, would you sign up for the mirror match only? Probably not. He's like, fuck off, buddy. I ain't doing that. Kranken now came back today. Ayud also was playing some games. We're going to cast some of those after this tournament series is over, which I thought was already going to be over, but Kenoli is holding on and getting his Ulgorg Cavern. Pretty cool stuff there. The Covenant finishes up as well, and we got some more Stockades on the way. Savants are incoming. Expect a lot of Savants. I mean a lot of Savants. And you need a lot of minerals for that. And I mean a lot of minerals for that. With the map control that Kenoli has, it might be possible for him to somewhat safely take a third base, specifically the 4 o'clock. Looks like he's setting up his little avenue in here. PvT only, yeah, that's it. I think it would be even better, Fox, if it was a tournament where people signed up and I let them pick their race, but then I just said, no, you're playing a different race. Like, we would roll the dice, and if it rolled like Terran, then you have to play TVT. That would be funnier, right? Like, that's way better, actually. Oh, that's a burrow. Getting the lake is up. That one's probably dead to rights, courtesy of the Huracan revealing it. But the Zorius are mostly not on fire, I think. I don't know. This doesn't look like a great fight for the Zerg, but similarly, the Terran is going to have a bit of a hard time. Only one lake is alive, though. That's scary. That's spooky. Kenoli found the Gorg button! Well, Shopkeeper Dog has to say that Kenoli's going to win now. I mean, if HonMonO wins versus Gorgs, then Shopdog is just in shambles. Goodbye. I like that he pulled back over here for a second as the push is coming in for HonMonO. He's pretty committed. He's got a really dangerous force, though. Oh, he needs to find that Lakis. He needs to reveal it. Oh my god, they keep dying at the last second. This one Lakis has dealt so much damage. Finally, it'll be dealt with. Meanwhile, the Gorgs are just killing everything, as they do. Oh, the Zorius are going to slow things down just enough, I think. Well, maybe not. They fought away from the circuits. Not the best army control there. What's being made right now? Oh, 10 Lakis? Call it. Kenoli's going to win this game for sure. His Gorgs are actually coming back after rendering HonMonO down to his last 4 combat units. But 10 Lakis, there's no way you come back from that. I will say, every time I've said there's no way you come back from that, I have been proven correct. So I want to point that out there, just for the record. Let the record show. First 3 of the 10 Lakis are taken care of, but no, there's too much damage. I think there's surely too much damage here. Uh-oh, one less Shaman for the heals. Oh, God. Oh, God, he didn't have them in the armor pen mode. No! No! He didn't have them in the armor pen mode. They could penetrate the Gorgs. They could have killed them all in like 3 volleys. Well, he's only down by 20 workers. And he's got 1 Savant. Green Gorgs and Spam in the chat. What's up, dude? Man, actually, coming to think of it, is there a Zerg faction that should have green eggs? I guess if it's going to be the Spam faction, it would have to be Gazira Temple, right? Not quite able to get the Watchdogs up in time. A little bit more economic harassment. I'm pretty, like, Kenoli's winning. He just hasn't... He just isn't... He hasn't won the game yet, but he has. You know what I mean? Like, his opponent hasn't typed GG. And he isn't doing the things that he needs to make his opponent quite type GG yet. But he has won this game. It's just a matter of getting us to the score screen. What is the easiest way to acquire the score screen from here? That's true. Green Eggs is all about asset seizure. I just don't know what the spam part would. I guess they spam out the units that cause the asset seizure. Yeah. It's a bit more... It's not as, like, name value punny, but it does work. Well, it looks like the Zerg is intending on moving in. The Savants are in some number, but again, no penetration is no joy, although the Zorius would have blocked it anyway. HonMonO knows what's up. He was just waiting for it to happen. GG. Miss. Is he calling Kenoli a lady? What the fuck? I don't know. Question mark? All right. Hey, Kenoli won a game. Hell yeah, brothers. And that means we go to map number 4. Which is Padilla. And if we need our decider, it will be Punch Drunk randomized, courtesy of what was done by HonMonO. We're getting back into our series here. 2 minutes to bet, and we have Kenoli, the bottom right, Pumpkin Zerg, against HonMonO, the upper left eggshell blue Terran. The Z faction that has drones with death damage reflection, drone Zoro. Imagine. Anti-harass. There's a special place in heaven still because we're all going to make it. But the slightly, like, where slightly annoying people go. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be denied entry into heaven just because they're slightly annoying, but they are slightly annoying. And I just wanted to say that. It has no relation to our series, I promise, because I'm about to talk about Kenoli, and he is not slightly annoying. he's a cool guy, and he's going hatch first. Fuck yeah, boys. It's like some features of heaven are denied access to you. Like, you can't go to the heavens spa. Or you can, but you can only go on Sundays or something, you know? When, like, the employee that was also slightly annoying works there. So you're like, damn, I'd like to get the nicer customer service. And, like, he's all right. It's not the end of the world that you talk to him, but he just, like, talks a little bit too much. And you want to talk a little bit too much because you're slightly annoying. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, guys? It's over. Kenoli is warmed up. Well, he's going hatch first, so that's a pretty bold choice. And HonMonO is switched into mech, so that's an interesting choice as well. All right, take notes, Shopkeeper Dog and all other Terrans. The Terran, the true Terran, is on the field now with the Scrapyard, 2 Folk Scrapyard before first unit. Okay. All right, Grass Eater, Green Eggs Eater, I like your idea. A week late, a week of holding, right, before you can access most of Heaven's features. And your Heaven access card has a slightly annoying stamp on it. So there's got to be some very mild, lasting ramifications to being slightly annoying, right? But they're mild. They're slightly annoying. You know what I mean? You get it. That's what it is. It'll be a Blackjack and then 2 Matadors. Well, this is a bold move. And Kenoli still hasn't made a military unit, by the way. Well, I tell a lie. He's made 2 Quads. Whatever. He hasn't made a military unit. He made 2 military units. Snazzy new Matador and Blackjack, as far as render settings are concerned. And, of course, materials. We got some nice red on the Matador now. Scrap Chad. I like that. Scrap Chad is good. Scrap Chad is very good. Grass is... Grass? Why do I keep saying grass? There's grass on the ground. Quaz is going to move out and watch the natural. Grass Eater should have won that series versus Shamble. That must be what I'm thinking subconsciously. Is like, I should still be talking about Grass Eater in this tournament, but he just couldn't do it. Little toy Christmas tanks. Yeah, that's true, actually, right? The green player color, and then the red. That's pretty good. Very, very thematic. Well, for all of us Westerners, in what? Less than 12 hours, I'll just say to be safe, we have the Christmas-themed presents going to be coming online. I'm guessing if I put it to a vote, most people would say, hell yeah, keep them on. Keep them going. So maybe I will. Maybe I will keep them on even for casts, even for tournaments. But I'm not so sure. There's a lot of fulcrums, by the way. And a lot of blackjacks are on the way, moving across the map. And they could punch through these circuits, and there's only pool units on the other side of it. So it could be a pretty deadly timing attack. I haven't really seen blackjack versus pool units. That's such like an odd combo of Terran versus Zerg to me. I just haven't seen it that often. This looks pretty deadly. The Matadors are going to come in. The blackjacks are actually getting thinned out a lot. And the Matadors alone aren't as scary, I think, but not great focus fire from either player. It's a lot more quads coming. The Matadors may eventually be dealt with, but it's taken them a long time to get cleared. Oh, he didn't actually full kill these K-Grins. Never mind, they're going to end up remorphing. Good cancel on that one to the north there. The last Matador will be brought down. I think a lot of that is down to the fact that... Oh, the drop! The drop is so good! Gonna start blindsiding HonMonO. Yeah, and with the Zeps coming in as well to put some more DPS in for some micro stutter step from HonMonO on the Blackjacks, and it's gonna make it a lot harder. Yeah, he might still be able to bust, but once again in a little bit of a base race, since HonMonO hasn't pulled the Masons, and he's still got more combat units coming in. Okay, we're not out of the woods yet, but 8 Lyrilisks are being gestated behind this push, and we do have those 6 quads inside the main base of HonMonO that will perpetually shut down mining. The last of the resources have been spent on combat units, and it looks like he's going to focus down this hatch. Oh, he actually does shoo them away, so the quads won't be able to like slowly kill everything, but I wouldn't have used them for that anyway. I think with the Lyrilisks out, this should be an open and shut case, though, and Kenoli has 1,000 minerals. Of course Kenoli has 1,000 minerals. The Matador is so very low, and we're not waiting for any more to come down. More Lyrilisks and... Or no, these are Lyras, Vorvs, and Zets on the way. Oh, the Matador doesn't get close. Doesn't even get close to him. Lyrilisks are just too powerful. GG. The drop did everything there. And Kenoli is just amusedly moving on to Game 5. Holy shit, guys. We might actually have another reverse sweep. I thought I'd be casting like Krankendow versus Aoud already, but I got a ways to go for that, guys. We got more stuff to do. We got one more game. We're going to Punch Drunk for it, so I hope you guys are excited about that. Miss again, yeah, true. Listen, the build was fine, funnily enough. 0 workers, no minerals, that's right. Nothing happening there. The Kenoli effect. I'm sure the Night Fox remembers the time for... It was Acropolis... Was it all the way back in Acropolis? I think this is Acropolis 2, actually. Yeah, this would have been Acropolis 2's open qualifiers. The Gauntlet Stage B, when the Night Fox and Kenoli were practicing for, like... I want to say it was like 12... Wasn't it like 12 hours or something crazy, Fox? You two were practicing a lot. And we found ourselves with Kenoli able to make it through, to the shock horror of everybody. He even made it all the way to the throne room stage. In a group with Hit 'em Up and Gerald Storm in it. He out-ZVZ'd Gerald. That was on the cursed version of... As if there was an uncursed version of this, by the way, but the cursed version of Check Stealer that kept desyncing on map start. We had to replay the matchup like 3 times. Hey, what's going on, Jekyll Striker? I'm glad that you are enjoying the casts. We'll keep the videos going and, of course, keeping the streams going. Welcome to Game 5 of a tournament series deciding who's going to continue on in the single elimination bracket. And HonMonO, a minute and a half into the game, of course, is going Ministry first, by the way. He is our dark green Terran in the top left, and Kenoli is moving on with a pool first, Pumpkin Zerg, going cross-map. Guys, hold on! How has he done this? The double troll at Scout send the Zets cross-spawn. It's cross-spawn Ministry first, and he's found him! All right, it's only Zeth's. He might be able to pull the boys and do something about it. He's kept this one making the stockade that's full completion, but I don't know. They got so much health. Oh no, the rocket is gonna be too late. He's done it. That's it. There's no way, dude. Cue the Artosis soundboard for Terrans.
I am a hero.
I hope you are, Ahmed, because you are needed. Holy moly. Ah, down he goes. I can't believe... What? Oh my god. Kenoli has done it. He has reverse swept on HonMonO. Holy shit. They start with them. Yeah, Ahmed could have been repaired. He could have been. The second ministry was there. You were down to 6 Masons. It wasn't looking good, but maybe he could have done something there. Maybe he could have done something. Wow, what a game. What a series from Kenoli, dude. That is some wild stuff.